Let me assume something. You're producing techno and you're actually doing quite well, but at the same time, isn't it difficult to keep up with all the different elements that are necessary for mastering techno production? Like you have the writing melodies, you have the arrangement, mix down, mastering, sound design. It's so much. So how to keep track? Well, we've got something for you. It's the weltsound Techno Bundle, and it contains all the different elements you need to start or master your techno production. We've got presets, MIDI files, samples, even effect chains, both for production and mixing and even mastering your track. And on top of that, all the little goodies that are necessary to help you master your techno production. Let's jump over to Ableton and let me show you how easy and fast we can work with that. So let me show you this track where I used only sounds from the pack, right? So we're talking about samples, presets, even the effect chains on the sounds are coming from our weltsound Techno Bundle. So first of all, I grabbed this melody. It's the first one of the G# file. So let me show you real quick what this looks like, right? For example, here we've got the peak time, melodies and chords, and you can see that for every key we have several melodies in here, right? You can just drag and drop them. That's very easy. And I chose that one and I put one of the sounds on top here. It's one of the leads of the pack. So that takes 5 seconds and it already sounds like this. So what I want to do now is add a little bit of distortion. So I'm using the distortion overpower rack from the bundle, right? So you have different presets here for the distortion. I already chose my settings and sounds like this now. A lot of more crisp and energy in there, right? And I also want to add some echoes on top of that reverb behind here. And I even have an automation here a little bit. So let's have a listen to that. Incredible, right? And the last part of this melody, it's actually here, but I took it to another track, and that just goes to show you how simple and fast you can work with this. Like now I chose one of the bass sounds, right? And I just drew a little automation on the cutoff here to have this kind of opening bass, and like this we go right into the drop. So first of all, let's have a look at the massive kick and rumble rack, which is just an incredible tool to shape any kick you want in no time and even add the famous techno rumble on top of it. So we have this kick sample and I want to add just a little bit of distortion, a little bit of compression. So I chose one of the presets here, right? And I can also decide how much rumble I want down here. It's all like, it all gets done within seconds and it sounds like this. Some EQing on top if we want that. And underneath we have a bassline sample coming from the sample pack. Absolutely ready to use, nothing to do, just some side chaining here with the kick drum. And we have a hi-hat loop. There would be many others, like we can have a look. Let's take this one for example. Just drag and drop it here. Adjust the volume. I think that's even nicer, right? Let's go with that one. So what else do we got here in the drums? It's one of the right loops, also from the sample pack, and one of the FX, which I just warped it a little bit, right, to make it fit on the grid. One of the many FX from the pack. And now let's have a look at those bass steps. Also very easy stuff here. So this time I just placed one note here and two notes in the other one, and those are both sounds from the preset pack. Basically what you just have to do is decide for a sound, look for a placement, and what I did here now is I added different reverbs on the sound. So we have this one, which has like a smaller kind of short reverb, and then we have this one, which is much longer. And you don't have to worry about like setting all this up because you have all those different presets here. You just have to press a button and all the knobs will adjust in the right way to give you this small room, for example, or church-like room, or any other kind of interesting settings. Let's also real quick have a look at some of the other bass presets. Like right here we had this one. Let's maybe check some of the other ones. So you can see you can get instant inspiration out of this, just checking out the different presets, all the basses, leads, pads, FX sounds in the Serum pack, and then adding samples and your MIDI files on that, right? We have a lot of MIDI files in this pack, over 200 different melodies and chords for every key. And for sure adding all the different effect racks, which are already put together with presets and only have the knobs that are really necessary for you. Like there's even a MIDI FX rack. Let me show you this one. So you can do super interesting stuff here. Like for example, we could do this, like have this MIDI cheat code on here. And let's grab Serum and we just grab one of the sounds from the pack. Let's go for one of the leads. And now let's add a chord file. Like, for example, this one, I don't know, or we could like just take one of them, right? You can try all of them. You can see all of them are differently shaped and will give you a little bit different feeling. And now without the MIDI cheat code device, it sounds like this. But if we add this now, we get an instant melody, and we can even use different presets here to get different types of melodies. And you can for sure vary this by yourself, so another great tool. And lastly, I want to have a look at the Mastering 101 chain, which is on the group up here. And basically you have 3 stages, soft, medium and intense, to make it even more compressed and therefore louder, but losing a little bit of the dynamics, or make it super dynamic, a little more breathing, not too much compressed, right? That would be the soft state. And we can have a brief check on this. So you can hear how in the intense preset, everything gets lifted up a little more, feels a little more up front, right? So with this, you will, first of all, produce your tracks in no time. You will not worry about sound selection or melody selection. Again, you can just use your inspiration you get from all the stuff you have here. And then you can even prepare it super fast for playing it in the club or sending it to other DJs or as a demo. So the weltsound Techno Bundle really combines everything you need to start and master your techno production skills. So what can I say? Have a lot of fun with this one.